Today we're checking out some more Star Trek The Next Generation Season 5.
The Enterprise is charting 6 star systems that make up the Argolis cluster, an area being considered for colonization.
Okay.
Very impressive.
It's beautiful, but frightening at the same time.
Ominous.
Take us into transport range. Dr. Crusher, meet me in transporter room 2 with a medical away team.
Acknowledged.
All right, we're transporting. This episode is called iBorg, and I could not be more excited. There's going to be a Borg encounter. There has to be. Why would they call it that if there's not? Okay, all right. Chill, girl. I feel like it's been a while since we transported down to an unknown planet. All right, look alive,
I'm
away
reading
team.
one life form. Very weak signs.
There's definitely debris, right? It's a Borg, it's a Borg, it's a Borg, it's a Borg. Life sign? I guess the Borg are a life form, obviously.
Space. The final frontier.
Yes.
These are the voyagers of the
Starship Enterprise.
its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds.
Oh, I got her.
Riker to Enterprise.
Go ahead, number 1.
Borg.
We found the wreckage of a small craft.
What's Picard gonna say? It's gonna be traumatic for him.
The transmission that we intercepted was probably a homing signal. We have to assume they're on their way.
Let me at least stabilize his condition. Give him a chance of surviving until...
She's got that doctor's oath.
But any intervention on our part would alert the Borg to our having been there.
I'm afraid we've
That's
turned that
true.
corner already.
Leave no evidence that we were ever here.
He's considering it.
Security measures must be taken before we beam it on board.
Thank you, Captain. Standing by.
Mr. Data, notify security to prepare a detention cell.
That's a good call. Is this safe? I mean, the Borg are so much more powerful than they are.
I need him in sickbay, Captain.
The cell, Doctor. Whatever equipment you need will be brought to you there.
He's not taking any chances. I don't blame him.
I would have thought having a Borg on the ship would stir some feelings.
I'm quite recovered from my experience, thank you.
She's not doubting that.
There are residual effects of the event that linger. You were treated violently by the Borg, kidnapped, assaulted.
Violated.
Now, I am quite comfortable with my decision.
I see.
She can read him, though.
Well, if at any point you want to talk more.
I shall certainly avail myself of your help.
He doesn't want to talk. Thinks she knows he's troubled.
Their brains grow dependent on the biochips.
Perhaps Geordi can construct some new implants.
They contain relatively straightforward programming, interface protocols.
How much do they want to help them, though?
Do know enough about Borg programming to alter the pathways to their root command structure.
Subroutines are pretty complicated. I'd probably have to study the data processing algorithms.
Maybe there's something they can learn from him.
We could disable their neural network at a stroke.
Infected. You make it sound as if it's a disease.
Quite right, Doctor.
Well, that's what they tried to do to him. I can see that Beverly and the captain are going to be at odds.
There's been no formal declaration of war.
Not from us, but certainly from them. They've attacked us at every encounter.
Yes.
You don't kill civilians indiscriminately.
There are no civilians among the Borg.
Think of them as a single collective.
They're all just soldiers, right?
We're faced with an enemy who are determined to destroy us, and we have no hope of negotiating a peace.
They know that for sure.
Security to Captain.
Picard here.
We need
The
this
Borg
kid
has
to wake
regained
up.
consciousness, sir.
Acknowledged.
He needs to talk to him. Maybe they can be reasoned with.
Doesn't understand that the signal has been cut off.
He's emitting a homing signal and a second subspace beacon.
Will they find him?
The first time he's being forced to cope with his environment without the resources of the collective.
He must be hungry.
Do they eat?
Their implants can synthesize any organic molecules that biological tissues require.
Handy.
If I didn't know better, I'd think he was scared.
She certainly does have a lot of empathy for him. Who is this? Is one of them Guinan and Picard? Yeah!
I don't think I like this sport.
Last week when you scored 2 touches,
I like
you
it.
liked it well enough. Today, you were dropping your foil.
Just fencing.
It was an errand of mercy. He was injured. Dr. Crusher decided for humanitarian reasons to care for him.
They're gonna come after us, you know that.
I mean, yeah.
You all right?
Oh!
You felt sorry for me.
Uh-huh. I see what
Look what
she's...
it got you.
She's making her point. This is dangerous, but maybe we'll learn something else about the Borg here.
I'll have to go in to connect the power conduit.
I'll follow the commander. Reactivate the field once we're through.
Risky. Although Beverly was in there.
We are Borg. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
We must return to the collective.
Who's we?
We.
Like, we.
Okay. This is for you.
Now we can suck some power out. Careful now.
Let's get out of here.
Don't turn
Or
your
the
back
force
on him.
field.
Is that safe? He's watching them walk through. I just feel like he's learning from them. I don't trust him, but I don't know.
Resistance is futile.
It's gratitude for you.
Don't leave just one inept guard there. Dun dun. Commercial break.
I need his cooperation.
So he can participate in the destruction of his entire species.
Doctor.
I'm here to help, but I don't have to like it.
But even he doesn't see himself as an individual. It'd be different if he was like, I don't want to be a Borg, help me. But he's not.
Energize.
I see. All right, can he be reasoned with? Can we learn something from him?
When we found you, you were dying. I saved your life.
Why?
I'd like to show you a few diagrams and ask you some questions about them. It's
You
very-
will be assimilated.
Yes, but before that, could we ask you a few questions?
Before you murder all of us, hold on.
All right, hang on just a second here, 35.
What is your designation?
Designation.
Yes, his name.
I'm Beverly. This is Geordie.
Do I have a name?
Do you want one?
A name.
Give him a name. Like Steve.
You.
You...
No, wait a minute. Hugh.
You.
No,
Hugh.
not you. Hugh.
Hugh Borg.
We are Hugh.
Now they like him. It's gonna be hard for them to infect him and send him back to kill everyone if they like him.
This one.
That's right. That blows the top right off of the spatial acuity percentiles.
It's the prosthetic eye. Seems to be giving him very complex visual information.
Yeah, what is going on with that eye?
I'd like to take a closer look at your eyepiece. Is that okay?
Does he have a regular eye under? No, he doesn't.
There are no other voices. On a Borg ship, we live with the thoughts of the others on our minds. Thousands of voices with us always.
Can you imagine?
I think what you're saying is that you're lonely.
Yeah.
Here.
Here's your eye back.
When you have completed these tests, what will be done with us?
We'll,
Send you home.
send you home.
We will rejoin the collective.
They like him.
When I first started creating this invasive program, I didn't have a problem with it. The more I work with Hugh, the more...
Hugh?
They named him.
Oh, so now you have a Borg named Hugh.
Right, and it's nothing like what I expected.
How so?
I don't know. It's
I don't think she's gonna understand this.
sending him back to destroy the others.
Let me tell you something. When that kid's big brothers come looking for him,
Yeah, they're just destructive.
and then they're gonna come looking for us, and they will destroy us.
And she's seen it happen.
Then why don't you go and talk to him? It might not be so clear-cut then.
Because I wouldn't have anything to say.
I would like to see that though. If she's giving the cold shoulder,
Then why don't you just listen? That is what you do best, isn't it?
she's the most understanding one on this ship, I think. But she's been through it just like Picard. I mean, not just like Picard, but also had a traumatic Borg experience, right?
When the long-range scanner is headed this way.
2.5 million metric tons. Configuration? Cubicle.
It's the Borg.
Its dimensions indicate that it is a scout ship similar to the one that crashed.
Are they looking for the crash?
They will arrive in 31 hours, 7 minutes.
I like this music. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Commercial break.
You don't look so tough.
We are Borg.
Aren't you gonna tell me you have to assimilate me?
And resistance is futile.
My people resisted when the Borg came to assimilate us. Some of us survived.
Resistance is not futile.
She just blew his mind.
There are very few of us left. We don't even have a home anymore.
What you are saying is that you are lonely. We are also lonely.
Oh, she's got her walls up though. I don't blame her.
I'm studying the components in your prosthesis.
Why?
We're trying to learn more about you.
Why?
It's just like a kid.
Learn more about other species.
We assimilate species. Then we know everything about them.
Yeah.
That's not how we do it, bud.
Is that not easier?
Maybe
Probably.
it is. It's just not what we do.
Why?
Because it is cruel.
There are no other voices in your mind.
No.
Are you ever
Lonely.
lonely?
Sometimes.
That's the price.
Friends.
Sure. Someone you can talk to who will be with you when you're lonely.
Like Geordie and Hugh.
Friends. I don't think they can go through with this.
It is designed so that each step they take will spawn an anomalous solution. The anomalies are designed to interact with each other, linking together to form an endless and unsolvable puzzle.
When can you begin the process?
About another 20 hours. Dr. Crusher wants to make sure that the new implants have taken hold.
Is he gonna say he's hesitant? Captain.
I have to admit, I've been having second thoughts about this plan.
In what way?
Well,
He likes you.
he's not what I expected, Captain. He's got feelings.
This would be a problem if the experiment involved killing them. I would suggest that you unattach yourself from the Borg, Miss LaForge.
Wow. I wonder if he'll have a change of heart, though, if he'll go see him.
I should get some exercise and strengthen my arm.
Well, a strong forearm is certainly an advantage in fencing.
About the Borg.
Yeah, she's not here about any of that.
And suddenly there I was, standing there, staring at him. I thought it was just curiosity. Just curious.
She's having second thoughts, too.
2 days ago, you were so upset about the Borg even being on the ship that you tore my foil out of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't talked to it.
Why not?
I saw no need.
If you're
Plus,
going to
it's probably
use this
traumatic.
person...
It's not a person, damn it, it's a Borg!
Whoa.
Because it's young doesn't mean that it's innocent. And in spite of efforts to turn it into some kind of pet, I will not alter my plans.
Wow. He's spitting, he's mad.
But if you don't talk to him at least once, you may find that decision a lot harder to live with than you realize.
Yeah. He really values her opinion, and I didn't think she was going to change her mind. So he'll go see him.
We are ready to transport.
He's not going to leave him alone.
Lieutenant, you may wait outside.
I mean, I like you as much as the next guy, but is that safe?
I am Locutus of Borg.
Why are you here?
This is a primitive culture.
Is he still...
I am here to facilitate its incorporation. Identify yourself.
Hugh,
Is he just saying that?
This culture will be assimilated.
they do not wish it.
Irrelevant.
They will resist us.
Irrelevant.
Resistance is not futile.
Ooh, I gotta chill.
Must Geordi be assimilated?
Yes.
He does not wish it.
I think he's just testing him.
You will assist us to assimilate this vessel. You are Borg. You will assist us.
I will not.
Whoa.
What did you say?
I will not assist you.
He's resisting.
Geordi must not be assimilated.
But you are Borg.
No, I am Hugh.
There you go. There's hope for them then.
Seems to be a fully realized
Autonomous person.
individual.
Mm-hmm.
In this manner, we be no better than the enemy that we seek to destroy.
Taking the high road.
Is there any danger that the Borg might destroy him if they find out what's happened?
I doubt
Maybe.
it. It's more likely that they would simply wipe out his memory.
And re-assimilate him anyway.
In that short time before they purge his memory,
Maybe he can convince someone.
the sense of individuality which he has gained with us.
Would just disseminate.
Every one of the Borg being given the opportunity to experience the feeling of
Individuality.
singularity.
All right.
The knowledge of self being spread throughout the collective in that brief moment.
Certainly a nicer approach.
I have a question. What if he doesn't want to go back?
He can't stay. The Borg won't stop pursuing them. Even I like you now.
What I wish is irrelevant. No Borg leaves the collective. If they find I am missing, they will come for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go back with the Borg or stay with us?
I could stay with you?
We could grant you asylum, Hugh.
I never thought I'd see this.
I would choose to stay with Geordi.
But,
But it is too dangerous. They will follow.
yes.
Return me to the crash site. It is the only way.
Think about this. Are you sure?
He's looking out for his friend. We've really humanized the Borg here. Never thought that would happen.
Goodbye, Hugh. It was nice getting to know you.
Goodbye, Beverly. You saved my life.
I kind of wish you could stay. But he's right, it's too dangerous.
My experience suggests that they would ignore him. Would you agree?
Borg assimilate civilizations, not individuals.
But, Captain, they kidnapped you.
Because they needed a liaison.
Ah, yeah. I feel like his knowledge would be invaluable if they kept him there, though.
Goodbye.
Captain, I do not want to forget that I am Hugh.
Energize.
Solar radiation is rendering our sensors inoperable. At last known course and speed, the Borg vessel should enter the system in 3 minutes.
We're so close to them, it is dangerous.
So long, Hugh.
Goodbye, Geordi. I will try to remember you.
I hope they don't erase his memory. I think they're just gonna walk over and zap him and then that's it. Whoa. Reabsorbed. He looked at him. He still had his memories, I think. He looked at him. I gotta chill. Well, that is not what I thought this episode would be like. Okay, that was season 5, episode 23, and I'm really surprised by that episode. I just didn't think if we had a Borg return that it would be anything like this. I mean, this show has set up the Borg to be like a force that just, is so much bigger and more powerful than the Federation, than any species, maybe except the Qs. And definitely, a collective and not able to at all recognize individuality. So it wasn't even on my radar that it might be an episode something like this. It's just so surprising. I'm really wondering why they did this episode, to be honest. Like, are we now, I mean, they've humanized the Borg to me now in a way that is so unexpected. And, they've been this looming threat, like the biggest threat on the entire show. And for like seasons now, and you're just like waiting for the return, and you just know like they got the best of Picard even. I mean, it's just crazy to me that they took that huge threat, the hugest threat that we've seen on the show now, and did something like this. It's just such an unexpected move. It makes me wonder if, going forward, if we're going to eventually make peace with the Borg. I mean, that would seem to be the next logical step anyway. I mean, maybe that's not the next step, but maybe that's the ultimate goal. They really sort of reframed this enemy in a completely new way, and I'm very curious to see how that plays out. I mean, I really liked Hugh. I thought he seemed like a good Borg, and definitely able to be an individual, and, made friends with Geordi, and had some fascinating interactions with all of them, really, especially Picard. That scene between Hugh and Picard, where Picard, at first I was like, oh god, is he actually a Borg, and he's been lying this entire time? That would have been really bad, but I soon realized he was just sort of reverting back to his Locutus type behavior so he could test Hugh and see if, have you really changed? And he totally resisted. Resistance is not futile. I never thought I would hear a Borg say that. It's just crazy. I gotta say though, I mean, it felt like the right thing to do not to use Hugh, who they'd built a relationship with and they'd really established as an individual. It felt like the right move to not use him to destroy the Borg. And I feel like this might be like a controversial thing. I feel like lots of people are gonna be like, no, they should have destroyed the Borg. Like I say, in the episode, in the moment, it felt like the right thing. All the characters certainly seemed to get on board with it. Probably not Worf, actually, but all the characters seemed on board, even Guinan, even Picard. They eventually got on board, we can't use Hugh in this way. It's not the right thing to do. But there is like a lingering doubt in me that going forward, if that doesn't work, if he doesn't go back and give the individuality out and it like causes dissent in the ranks, I mean, if that plan doesn't work and the Borg are just still the ultimate enemy, are we gonna look back at this opportunity and be like, we should have destroyed the Borg right there though? Or at the very least, like maybe even though it's dangerous, maybe had Hugh stay and be kind of, work with the Federation so that they could use his knowledge of the Borg, in case it got dangerous again. I don't know. I feel like there's an internal conflict here, because I feel like the episode was telling me, and I felt like it was the right thing to do, to not use Hugh, to blow up the Borg, basically. I think it was the right thing to do. But also, like I said, I feel also like later I'm gonna be like, that was such a wasted opportunity. Maybe we should have blown up the Borg. So I don't know. It's complicated. And they left it on such a note of, as soon as Geordi and Hugh go back down to the planet, it's gonna be picked up and the Borg come in and he sticks his thing in, and I'm thinking, crap, he's already been reassimilated and it was all for nothing. But then right at the end, he looks over to Geordi as they're transporting away, and that just tells me that like he is still in there, Hugh's still in there. Maybe this individuality plan can work. I don't know. I'm very curious to see what happens in the future with the Borg. If anything ever comes of this episode, like, he did spread individuality thoughts out and it kind of ruined the whole hive mind situation. I wonder. I hope that's what happens. That would be great. And the tone of this show is like optimistic and building relationships and things will work out if you're just diplomatic enough about it. That is kind of the tone of this, for the most part anyway. So I wonder if that was just like a first step to humanize the Borg to us, see that peace in the future is possible. I hope that's the way it goes. Something in my gut is telling me though that they're still dangerous, and later I'm gonna be like, this was our shot. I don't know. I'm curious. This was a great episode though, because it's really getting me thinking. I really like this one. Let me know what you guys think. No spoilers. Don't tell me what's gonna happen in the future. I want to find that out as I watch. But let me know when you watch this, what were you thinking at this point in the show without knowing what happens? What were you thinking? Was it a good decision, bad decision? Were you with them, not with them? I'm both. I feel like it was the right thing to do at the time, but it's also maybe a mistake. I don't know. Depends what happens in the future. Great episode. I liked it a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.